What is going on, fellow Lumineers? It is launch day for a new set in Disney Lorcana. Ursula's Return launches today. Before we head out to Disney Springs to go get some product, we do have one more color to go over. With that being said, let's get right into it so we can get out to the stores, open some packs. Here we go. First up for Steel, we have an Aladdin card, Brave Rescuer, 3 cost, inkable, 3 strength, 3 willpower with 1 lore. This is the special shift discard card for Steel. It is shift discard a location card with the ability Crashing Through. Whenever this character quests, you may banish chosen item. This is a pretty strong card if you can get it onto the field. It is like your Benjas, it is like your Judy Hopps, but instead of when you play them, it's when they quest, which means if you can get it out on turn 2, it's going to have the same value as those 3 cost cards I just talked about. But you're going to be able to keep using it, which could give you an advantage. And with that, you're going to need a turn 1 play. So we do have a 1 cost Aladdin, 1 cost inkable, Resolute Swordsman, 1 strength, 3 willpower, and questing for 1 lore. And next we have Argies, the Cyclops. It is a 2 cost inkable. It is a Titan card, 4 strength, 1 willpower, questing for 1 lore. With just 1 willpower, you are going to need something to keep this on the board, like resist, so that it's not taking that much damage, though there are some good Titan synergies that you can put together. Steel is also getting an Ariel card for this set. It's Ariel Determined Mermaid, 3 cost inkable, 2 strength, 4 willpower, questing for 1, with the ability I Want More. When you play a song, you may draw a card, then choose and discard a card. This will help you if you need to get rid of some uninkables in your hand, if you need a little bit extra card draw. Though typically Steel doesn't suffer with card draw, it has a lot of tools to do that, but this could be used as a pretty interesting shift target for some of the other Ariels in the game. Like this Ariel coming. It is Ariel Sonic Warrior, 6 cost inkable, 3 strength, 8 willpower, questing for 2, with shift 4. So turn 3, you can play that other Ariel. Turn 4, you play this Ariel. Then you get the ability Amplified Voice. Whenever you play a song, you may pay 2 ink to deal 3 damage to a chosen character. This is going to be useful in a Steel song deck, anything that you want to use all your characters to sing, and maybe you still want to ping the other person. This can be really useful. This Ariel is also getting a cool, almost watercolored Ariel. I think this is going to be one of the more expensive enchanteds in this set personally. Up next, we are getting a cheaper Beast with this set. It's Beast Thick Skinned, 3 cost inkable, 2 strength, 3 willpower, questing for 1, with resist +1. So this could be used to get your Beast Tragic Hero out an extra turn early, or all in all, this is a pretty good card because it has resist 1. It's going to survive against those early game matchups, and it could help you later down the road with that shifting into another beast. Next up from Mulan, we've got Chi Fu, the Imperial Advisor. There's a 3 cost inkable, 0 strength, 5 willpower, questing for 1, with the ability Overly Cautious. While this character has no damage, he gets +2 lore. So early game, if you're able to get a bodyguard out and protect this card, it's going to quest for 3 a turn, very strong in those aggro decks. I can see this being paired with a Hercules, with the Prince card, or maybe even with a bodyguard from Amber, and you can get 3 lore per turn, pretty good. And with its willpower being so high, it's going to survive a lot of things in the early game that typically Steel cards are not able to survive. So you could also pair this with some healing in Amber to get a little bit extra benefit. Maybe turn 4 you play your Rapunzel, and now you punish your opponent for trying to knock out the lore ability of this card. Next up, we have got Chien Po, Imperial Soldier, 5 cost inkable, 4 strength, 7 willpower, and questing for 1 with bodyguard. This is going to be a big tank card for you. It's going to be able to survive your Madame Medusas because it's got high enough strength, and it's got enough willpower to really stay on the board. Through a Grab Your Swords, through a Along Came Zeus, it's going to have no problem. All your characters will be safe behind it from attacking. And next up, we've got Pirate Donald Duck, the Buccaneer, 4 cost inkable, 3 strength, 4 willpower. He quests for 1 lore. He's got Pirate and Captain tags. This is a legendary card with the ability Boarding Party. During your turn, whenever this character banishes a character in a challenge, your other characters get +1 lore this turn. This can be really strong with a Captain Hook Smee deck. Even if your Captain Hook is taken off the board, this character is going to fulfill the Smee condition. And on its own, it's just a very strong card. I think if you add in some support to give this card a little bit more oomph, it's going to give all your other characters +1 lore, and you're going to really benefit from it. And next up, we have a new Hercules card coming to the game. Hercules, beloved hero, 6 cost, inkable, 6 strength, 5 willpower, questing for 2. Hercules has bodyguard and resist +1. This is a way tankier, way stronger version of the Hercules that we already have in steel. Would like to see it have a shift to get it to this cost, but all in all, still a pretty good tank that you can use to defend against most of the other attackers in the game. Next up, we have a LeFou, Opportunist Flunky, 3 cost, inkable, 2 strength, 3 willpower, questing for 1, with the ability I learned from the best. During your turn, you may play this character for free if an opposing character was banished in a challenge this turn. You can combo this with that Donald Duck that we just saw, and you can play this for free, let's say on turn 5 or turn 4 if you can give that Donald Rush. This could be really strong. It's 3 ink for free. Always like to see it. And then from Mulan, we have Li Shang, Imperial Captain, 5 cost, inkable, 5 strength, 5 willpower, questing for 2 lore. Also from Mulan, we've got Ling, Imperial Soldier. He is a 3 cost, inkable, 3 strength, 3 willpower, questing for 1, with the ability Full of Spirit. Your hero characters get +1 strength. I would like to see, since we do have all these Imperial cards coming to the game, I'm not sure why they didn't just add an Imperial Soldier, Imperial Officer, or maybe even just like a soldier tag as a classification. That would have been cool to see some of the synergy there, but we'll see. This could still be used in a hero deck to boost up your hero characters. Next up, we do have the magical character for steel. It is Louisa Madrigal, Rock of the Family, 3 cost, inkable, 2 strength, 4 willpower, questing for 1, with the ability I'm the Strong One. While you have another character in play, this character gets +2 strength. So turn 3, this is going to be a 4/4, pretty strong. It doesn't have a way to really protect your other characters, so you're going to need to keep playing something before you attack with it, but a pretty good card. And then up next, we do have to talk about the new Magic Broom cards. It is Magic Broom, Aerial Cleaner, 2 cost, inkable, 2 strength, 3 willpower, questing for 1, with the ability Winged for a Day. During your turn, this character gains evasive. And another Magic Broom card, we've got Magic Broom Brigade Commander, 6 cost, inkable, 2 strength, 6 willpower, questing for 2. Does have resist 1 with the ability Army of Brooms. This character gets +2 strength for each other character named Magic Broom that you have in play. Is this going to be enough to take Magic Brooms to the next level? Who knows? There are a lot of new Magic Broom cards coming in Amethyst that could really use this. So we'll see what people can put together if it's something that's finally going to be useful. Speaking of cards that use broom cards, we've got Mickey Mouse Playful Sorcerer, 5 cost, inkable, 3 strength, 4 willpower, questing for 2. It's got a shift 3, resist 1, with the ability Sweep Away. When you play this character, deal damage to chosen character equal to the number of brooms you have in play. So if you're able to get a lot of brooms down and you go really wide, this card will be able to come down onto the field and annihilate something. We're also getting another Mickey Mouse in this set. It's Mickey Mouse Standard Bearer, 2 cost, inkable, 1 strength, 3 willpower, questing for 1, with the ability Be Strong. When you play this character, chosen character gains Challenger +2 this turn. Next up, we have a new Mulan card, Armored Fighter, 4 cost, inkable, 3 strength, 6 willpower, questing for 1. Does have the hero and the princess tags on the card, and you can use this to get your other Mulans out a little bit sooner with shift. Other than that, not much to see here in this card. It is just a tanky card in general for 4 cost. And next up, we have Velocities, the No Nonsense Instructor, 4 cost, inkable, 2 strength, 3 willpower, questing for 2. With 2 abilities, you gotta stay focused. Your hero characters gain Challenger +1, and Shameless Promoter. Whenever you play a hero character, gain 1 lore. I like this because it's benefiting the hero archetype in 2 ways. You get some extra lore for playing heroes with it, and they can challenge things and be a little bit stronger. Also coming with this set, we've got Piglet, Sturdy Swordsman. He is a 5 cost, uninkable, 3 strength, 5 willpower, questing for 3. He's got resist +1, and not so small anymore. While you have no cards in your hand, this character can challenge ready characters. Being able to challenge ready characters is always so strong. The Cinderella we already have in Steel that can do this when you play a song is very strong. Although in this situation, getting down to no cards, I mean, yes, you do have Tiana that also has a benefit for going to no cards. Maybe we can use both of these together to really have the ultimate board presence. But regardless, Piglet's also getting an enchanted version. And next up from Aladdin, we've got Raja, Royal Protector, 4 cost, inkable, 3 strength, 4 willpower, questing for 2, and the ability Steady Gaze. While you have no cards in your hand, characters with cost 4 or less can't challenge this character. Another card that benefits from you going into top deck mode. We'll see if that becomes something that's really meta. Maybe you can buy them all and your opponent just has no answer to anything that you have. Next up, we've got a Raya card, Unstoppable Force, 7 cost, inkable, 3 strength, 6 willpower, questing for 2, with Challenger +2 and Resist +2. With the ability, you gave it your best. During your turn, whenever this character banishes another character in a challenge, you may draw a card. This card's going to be swinging for 5 and taking 2 less damage in the challenges. This is a very strong card. The only problem with this card is it is so expensive to get out. This might be a target for that Emerald Hades that allows you to basically just shift anything in your deck as long as it has the same name. Otherwise, this is going to be very expensive to try and play. It is a inkable card, which makes it a little bit easier. You can get rid of it if you don't have that Hades in play. So we'll see how this goes. And next up, we have Yao from Mulan, another Imperial Soldier. 4 cost, inkable, 2 strength, 5 willpower, questing for 1 with Challenger +2. And now moving on to the actions and songs for Steel, we've got Avalanche, 4 cost, uninkable. Deal 1 damage to opposing character. You may banish chosen location. This is very expensive for what it does and to be uninkable. You do get the ability to banish something, but Steel already has that with Here Come the Titans. I guess adding the ability to damage something could be pretty useful in certain situations, but this seems like a niche pick over Along Came the Titans, which I think is just better. And the first song we can take a look at is I Find 'Em, I Flatten 'Em, 4 cost, inkable, banish all items. Now this card late game against a Sapphire deck would be a menace, just wiping the board of anything they have. Even in the early game, let's say they get their items out and they're about to play their hero, you could just say, nope, I will get rid of all of them. And this could just swing a game. Situational though, which is a good thing it is inkable. Maybe you play this as a one-of. This is a lucky draw and you just flip a game on its head because of it. And next up, another song for Steel. It is One Last Hope. 3 cost, uninkable. Chosen character gets Resist +2 until the start of your next turn. If a hero is chosen, they may also challenge ready characters this turn. Now, just like the Piglet, which was able to challenge ready characters, I think this is very strong to be able to give this to anything on your field, and with it being a song, so you don't need to pay the ink to play it. Although I wouldn't want to be stuck with all these in my hand. So maybe you play this as a 2 of, maybe a 3 of at the very most. But this could be very useful with like a very strong rush card, like a Maui or something that's going to just take something out in one go. And then the big song for Steel, it is the Mob Song from Beauty and the Beast. 10 cost, uninkable, but it is a sing together 10. Deal 3 damage to up to 3 chosen characters and or locations. This is like the mega grab your sword. If you can combo this with like a Ursula Deceiver of All, you're going to be able to do 3 damage to 6 different characters or 6 damage to 3 characters. And the fact that locations are added in there as well, this could be really strong. It is super expensive, and with it being uninkable, this is going to hurt if you get these in your hand. You can't get rid of them. But I think in a Steel Song deck, this is going to be right at home and it'd be very impactful to play. And then one more action to talk about, it's going to be Triton's Decree. 1 cost, uninkable. Each opponent chooses one of their characters and deals 2 damage to them. This is just like a different variation of some of the other 2 damage pings that Steel already has, like your Baboom. It is cheaper because your opponent gets to choose, because your opponent is the one choosing. So turn 1, they're gonna have no choice, but after that, they should be able to deal with it unless it's the only thing on the board. And now onto the items for Steel. We've got Fortisphere, 1 cost, inkable, with 2 abilities. Resourceful, when you play this item, you may draw a card. And with Extract of Steel, Pay 1 ink to banish this item. Chosen character of yours gains bodyguard until the start of your next turn. This is a pretty decent card. It's very similar to like a popsicle. Maybe this makes it so you can play something different, and maybe you can do Sapphire Steel because you'll be able to take this back whenever you need it, and the ability to draw a card. Very good. Next up, we have the Imperial Bow. It is a 2-cost inkable with the ability within range. Exert and pay 1 ink. Chosen character gains Challenger +2 and Evasive +2 this turn. This is an okay card. It's very expensive for what it does. Because it's only on your turn, you're not getting very much use out of it unless the opponent has a bunch of evasive characters. So this might allow you to get out of a situation where maybe you didn't anticipate them having evasive and you don't have a deck built to counter evasive. You can use this to be able to still challenge them. Other than that, this is probably just a you ink it and move on type of card. And the last item for steel is going to be RLS Legacy's Cannon. 3 cost with the ability Baboom. Exert and pay 2 ink to discard a card. Deal 2 damage to a chosen character or location. Very similar to the Baboom card, but with the discard added in there, and a little bit more expensive for being able to use it over and over again. I like this card. This could be something that you can just throw on your board, and especially if you're playing a deck that uses a lot of those top deck only abilities, this could be something where you get to that state a lot faster and you're keeping their side of the board clear because you're always dealing 2 damage every single turn with it. And now onto the locations. We've got Thebes, the Big Olive, 2-cost inkable, 1 to move, 7 willpower, with the ability, if you can make it here, during your turn, whenever a character banishes another character in a challenge while here, gain 2 lore. This is a type of card that I can see being comboed with your Scars or some of the other characters that give you stuff when you attack to kind of just build up a combo of lore that you're not going to be able to answer. I can see this being used with like the Ruby Scar, where you can just keep attacking things. So you move your Scar here and then you just get to town, take out the entire board, and now you have +8, +10 lore, and the opponent doesn't have an answer, and the game's pretty much in an endgame state at that point. And the last card that we're going to be taking a look at for the set for Ursula's return is the Wall. Border Fortress, 4-cost inkable, 2 to move, 8 willpower, with the ability Protect the Realm. While you have a character exerted here, your other locations cannot be challenged. We haven't seen really a protection ability come for locations. This kind of feels like a bodyguard, but for locations. Definitely going to be a situation where you play a bodyguard, move it. So very expensive, but if you can keep your Queen's Castles, if you can keep your Pride Lands safe an extra turn, this could be worth the cost to play those. And of course, it's also getting a special enchanted version. What do you guys think? Are you guys super excited for this set like I am? Like I said, we are heading out to Disney to go pick up some product. We'll be opening most of it on the channel here. I can't wait to crack into the co-op game to open some packs for this set. And with that being said, thank you again. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.